Okay, let's see if we're on the right path now. Greetings and salutations, my stitchy friends. Oh, there we are, there we are. Oh my gosh, and you get to see my big messy desk. So good night. I am telling you. What a crazy morning. What a crazy morning. Okay, let's see. Oh, and I have so many things to talk to you about. Sorry if it's a little bit crooked. I'm trying really hard to get it straight. Okay. So here we go. I think I need to come a little bit further. There we go. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we're kind of all over the place this morning. Okay. I am ready to go. So I am still stitching Lily of the Valley, but finishing it up because in yesterday's mail, thought I grabbed it. I got the newest embroidery pattern. Which I cannot wait to embroider. Super excited about that. Look at all those crazy daisies. So fun. Craspedia. Oh my gosh. I love those flowers. I love them. I often get them at Trader Joe's. So I can't wait to stitch this, but I have something after, what's the one that's right after, Lily of the Valley? Good night. I'm very far behind, but that's okay. It's a little bit cold in my house this morning, which is crazy because by this afternoon it'll be like in the 80s, which is always so weird. Oh, look, I am using, so for this right here, I did that variegated green. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this green, and I am just in love with it. And then for my flower, I'm doing this variegated, and it is like kind of shades of ivory and almost a tan. Oh, I'm just loving it. So anyway, that is that. Let's see. And I'm doing stem stitch all the way around. I'm loving that. I think, I was thinking as I was stitching this, that I would, I think I'm going to come back and just do, back stitch for the sketchy line, just because that would give me, just that little bit more, what do I want to say? Just a little more dimension. I love that. I am finding when I use the double thread that I do have to take some time to take the twists out so I get a nicer stitch, like a smoother stitch. It's not all twisty. That's pretty. I'm really liking it. So I started out this morning on, good morning, Lisa. I saw your message you sent me. I'm working on it. I'm working on it on a stitching retreat. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? I think that would be super fun. I would be all about it. I would. See, it just gets so twisty that I do find taking a minute every night. My mom used to talk to me about like just letting it hang from your work, and then that takes the thread untwists itself. But I do find sometimes to just separate them and then pull it all the way out and then take those last little bits out. That helps tremendously. And then your stitches lay so much nicer. Good morning, Valerie. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about you this morning. Because our Maisie girl is she is so energetic. Oh my gosh. She just runs and leaps and jumps and bounds and she's crazy. She's crazy. So she is playing in her own backyard right now and runs and leaps and bounds in her own backyard too. It's not just in the house. She's crazy. I have been looking at these circles that I drew. When I drew them, I kind of meant them to be big French knots, but they stitched them like circles, like a ring, and I'm kind of digging that too. So I thought maybe I will kind of combine the two. You know what I mean? Pull one, pull the other. There we go. Anyway, that's what I'm kind of thinking. So how is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. So good. I think, yeah, let's do some, you know what, I think I'm going to do a couple of French knots, and I've got double thread here, so that's going to be pretty. I'm just going to kind of wing it a little bit, and then I'll come back with a single thread and do the circles, do the rings, you know what I mean? And this kind of reminds me of candle wicking. Does anybody remember candle wicking? Oh, I loved candle wicking. I remember I did a piece for my grandmother, and when she passed, I got that piece back, and so I just love looking at it. I'm going to continue with the stem stitch, I think, down here. I remember I had dreams of making a whole bedspread with candle wicking. And if you don't know what candle wicking is, it is French knots, but like tone on tone. So it was like on muslin, and you used a white thread, and it's all French knots. It's all French knots. The whole piece. Oh, I loved that. I loved that. Ooh, maybe I should bring that back. Maybe I should design something for Adorn It that's candle wicking. Oh, I loved that. I loved it so much. It was so pretty. I can remember daydreaming about how pretty it was going to look on my bed. That whole, oh, look how pretty that is. Let's do a French knot here. I'm just doing some additional knots just to add a little bit of dimension. Valerie, did you see that Casey's show is called Why Marshalls, I think? It is a lot of work, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, love that. Anyway, Casey's show starts March 1st. How exciting! How exciting. Okay, where's my little scissor? Oh, there they are. Oh, so do you remember earlier I posted this thing about saving all of our bits of thread, and I saw this thing where they put them in a ornament, and I thought, oh, let's do that for the whole year of 2026. I thought, what a cool idea. Well, I've already been saving my thread. So look, I have this is a thing from a pack of gum. I can't throw away a good container. And I've just been putting all of my bits of thread in here because I thought I want to do something with it. I didn't even know back then. But now I know we can. So I've saved all of my little threads. So save all of your little threads. I don't care if it's in a Ziploc bag or whatever. And then at Christmas time next year, let's all buy a clear ornament and stick it in there. And you know what? You could probably buy a clear ornament now on the clearance rack at Michael's or whatever, and just start putting your threads in there. So cool. What was the other thing? I wanted to talk to you about that. I have a whole list. So let's do that thread ornament. Don't you think that would be cool? If we each have one of those hanging on our tree, and we take pictures of them in next December. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think that would be so cool? Anyway, everybody take a drink. My drink mix today is called hibiscus, so it's very red. Okay. So Valerie, I saw this whole, isn't it crazy when you talk about something and then your phone goes, oh, she wants to know all the things about that. It's weird and creepy, but you know, it is kind of the nature of our world right now. So anyway, I saw this post this morning about Taylor Sheridan shows. So it talked about all the Taylor Sheridan shows that are out. And all the Taylor Sheridan shows that he has, that have been on, I guess is the best way to say that. So started with Yellowstone from 2018 to 2024. Then 1883 from 2021 to 2022. That was a really good one too. 1923 from 2022 to 2025. The Dutton Ranch, so that's a new one that's coming in 2026. The Y Marshalls in 2026. The Madison with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell in 2026. 1944 has been confirmed, and it will follow the Y Marshalls in 2026. The 4 Sixes is on hold. Landman from 2024 to present. Mayor of Kingstown from 2021 to present. Lawman Bass Reeves. Oh, I loved that one too. 2023. Tulsa King 2022 to present. Special Ops Lioness. That's also a really good one. 2023 to present. And a new one that's coming is Nola King with Samuel L. Jackson, and it's a Tulsa King spinoff in 2026. Oh, I love that you're traveling to Minneapolis. How's the weather, Keels? Is it blustery? Are you guys having snow? Are you getting snow along the way? Keels, which pattern are you stitching? Okay, Valerie, you said I save it in a jar. I saw someone save it in a jar, and it looked so pretty with all the different colors. Oh, I bet that's pretty. So what do you guys think about the ornament thing? I thought that just might be kind of cool for us to, oh, you know what? I might get a jar too, Valerie. Like just a little mason jar. That might be cool. Oh, I have a jam jar that's really pretty, and that might be the perfect one. I do like to collect glass jars. I do love them. He has a lot of shows coming out. A lot of shows. And you know, it's so funny. I kind of love them all. Jeff loses interest in shows far quicker than me. So far, so good. No snow, very cold. I bet it is. I bet it is cold. And I'm still finishing Sweet Alum. Are you, Alyssa, did you bring the new one with you? We always have to have, like, at least one extra thing, right? To work on. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So, I saw this thing, you guys, this morning, and I thought, I just thought it was so cool. So I'm going to put it out to you guys, and you can, yeah, I get it, Keels, I get it. So I saw this thing, and I thought, I know I'm not the only motherless daughter in this group of pals. So I thought I would put this out because the universe is so crazy, isn't it? Yesterday I was talking to my sister, and I told her that I had like a little moment earlier this week where I got a little teary because I was remembering my mom, and I was missing my mom, and I go, it's funny how those things just kind of come and go, isn't it? You know, like just this weird little, I don't know. It just kind of happens like that sometimes. Some little weird, thought or memory pops in. And some are powerful and some are not as powerful. But anyway, so I saw this thing. And it was posted by a therapist who said when she goes to a coffee shop, she orders her coffee under her mom's name. So bear with me. This is so crazy. So she said, when we speak our mom's name out loud, even if it's to order our coffee, we activate the same neural pathways that once connected us to her. The ones built through love, touch, safety, and recognition. Even though her body is gone, her consciousness still exists within us. Saying her name helps the brain reconcile all that duality. She's not physically here, but she still exists. It gently shifts the nervous system away from absence and toward connection. You guys, that one just kind of stopped me in my tracks. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'll figure out a way to say Joanne's name. I'll figure out a way. I will. And I hope you do too. I hope that we each figure out ways to say Donna's name. Valerie, I don't know your mom's name. Valerie and Lisa, your mom is still with you. So hug her close. Even when they're a little bit rotten, hug them. Because before you know it, you won't be able to hug them. Because we could all be a little bit rotten. You know what I mean? Everybody can. I just thought that was so fascinating. I just loved it. Nellie. There you go. So we'll just keep saying her name too. I used to work with this girl and her name was Mary Nell. I loved that name. And I don't even remember. Oh, McCormick. I was thinking I didn't remember her last name, but I think her last name was McCormick. But I do remember her name was Mary Nell. I loved that name. I still do. She just had a scare last week. She had to have a stent put in, almost 93, and she is back at it. Oh, Lisa, I love that. The next pattern is Crespedium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now I'm going to have to... Peggy would probably know, wouldn't she? Keels? Oh, Keels, I love that your grandma was Nellie. Nellie Margaret. Oh, that's pretty too. Yeah, so this is the next one. Can you see it? Is it too reflecty? Or can you see it? Super, super cool. Do you guys realize that we are so close to done? It's just crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy that it's all happening so fast. That we've been stitching on this one. In a few months, it will be a whole year. That's crazy, isn't it? It doesn't feel like a whole year. So we just have to keep saying their names, girls. We just have to keep saying their names. Nellie, Donna, Joanne, and whoever else has lost their mom. Let me know, and we'll say their names too. If you're watching this on the replay. Hi, Terry. So I think I'm going to do one more up here, one more French knot, and then I do have some new designs coming out soon. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to see them. There we go. It's crazy, you know, sometimes the distance between drawing them and them like by the time it all becomes like a pattern that people can buy, sometimes it's a long time, sometimes it's fast, you know. So but then you have to like put your brain back to where you were when you first drew it. Lisa, what's your mom's name? We'll say it too, because whatever. She's 93. She deserves for us to say her name. All right. So now I think I'm going to do these rings. It doesn't seem like it's been almost a year. The year has gone by so quick, hasn't it? I can't believe January has gone so fast. Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. How did I get? Oh, because I got that ding dang knot. Just a second. There we go. Ugh. Okay, so what are you? So we know what I'm stitching, and we know what Keely's stitching. What about you, Valerie? What about you, Lisa? What are you stitching? And are you stitching with me? I hope. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. Yep, I like the juxtaposition of the stitched ring next to some French knots. I'm digging that. So how about you, Lisa? Are you guys having crazy weather? Are you having lots of snow and cold? And how about you, Valerie? It looks like we're going to get rain on Saturday. Are you having rain now? We do seem to follow you. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about? Oh, do you remember Ordinary and Happy Life? We're always taking things from that and just kind of working them into our day. So one was, I think one of their calendars was self-care. And so that was the one that had the look at yourself in the mirror and say one nice thing to yourself. And then today's, was it today or another one that I just happened to see, was have a bubble bath. Can I tell you, I start almost every single day with a bubble bath. Like, it's this nice calm way to start the day, because you never know what the day's going to bring. Okay, Lisa says, getting ready for it to hit Friday and Saturday. Of course, the reports are all over the map. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Maybe 12 inches of snow, maybe 3 of ice. Yikes. Valerie, this morning I'm working on my Christmas countdown. I'm almost finished. Very cool. Very cool, Valerie. I love that. I love that. So, I saw a thing on Mending beautifully, I should say, and it kind of hit too. And so, and it's going to hit you because it happens to all of us in all parts of our life. So, she talked about how some mornings we just have to pivot, and that, we have no idea that a pivot is coming, right? Something just happens and you have to pivot. And she said, so you can't have a plan, right? You just have to kind of go for it. And she said, it's kind of a good thing to know that you're probably going to have to pivot every now and again. So then you kind of, it's going to be okay. And you just have to just relax when one happens, because that's life, right? We were supposed to get 5 inches of snow last night, but got less than an inch. Wow. Yeah, but who knows what's coming down the pike, right? You just never know. My dad, they have gotten so much snow. So much snow. And I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she said, it's super cold there. Super cold. In Montana. Sorry. For those of you who don't know where all my family lives. My sister lives in Montana. Let's see. It's overcast today. It is supposed to get colder and possibly rain in a couple of days. Yeah, I'm thinking, see, it's starting to look a little bit overcast, like we're getting a little bit cloudy, but the sun is still shining. So once that kind of goes away, then we'll probably... So I told you, like, it's supposed to be probably in the 70s this afternoon, and then like high 70s, maybe low 80s, and then Saturday is supposed to be 66 and rain. Go figure. Go figure. Oh, Valerie, I love your idea about saving your threads in a jar. That sounds like a cool idea, because then you get to see it instead of my gum container. I just like looking at it. So in a jar, it would be even prettier. Does anyone use one of those stands that you can hook your hoop onto and stitch without holding the hoop? I have a big one that I use for needlepoint, but I don't have one for embroidery. Anybody else? And they have different ones. Have you noticed that, Lisa? They have one that you can kind of like put under your leg or under the couch cushion. And then they have ones that are like stand. I have the one for the needlepoint that I have is a stand one, because my mother-in-law gave me this needlepoint to do. And it's huge, that her sister started in England and then sent home with her one time when she was visiting. And she So she's asked me to finish it, and it is big. It's a fireplace screen. Does that tell you how big it is? Anyway, I don't, you know what? Because I embroider more, and it's like, I can take it with me. I don't work on the needlepoint as much as I should. Needlepoint is making a comeback like nobody's business. So many people are needlepointing now. Needlepointing is much more expensive to do. Canvases are more expensive. And the yarns that you use are more expensive. But it's beautiful. This was a kit from England. And so every now and again I'll just pull it over while we're watching TV and just do some stitches on it. I had when I was in high school, I think I told you guys this story. When I was in high school, I had a friend whose older sister was out of high school and had started a needlepoint pattern company. And so she was looking for people to paint needlepoint canvases. And so I tried out, but I didn't pass the muster. Yes, I've seen the different ones and wondered which one was best. What is the difference between embroidery and needlepoint? Needlepoint is a series, just a sec, a series of stitches. You do it on a canvas, so much like this grid, and it's just this. Like you just come up, go down, come up, go down. There are some fancy stitches in needlepoint, but by and large, it's just this. It's, like a half cross stitch. Does that make sense? No, but I saw someone use the one that they put under their legs. I thought about getting one. That's kind of interesting. And needlepoint uses yarn for the most part. Depends how big the canvas that it's printed on, that it's painted on, your pattern is painted on. And it's it was one of the first home ec projects I ever did. I've got to find that. I've got to find it and dig it out. We had to design our own needlepoint canvas with Miss Sondreger. She was our home ec teacher. Do they even teach home ec anymore? I loved home ec. And I remember I bought my first 10-speed bike from her, and like she would give me a little receipt. I would take my babysitting money in, and she would give me a receipt because it was $110. Isn't that crazy? I remember that so vividly. $110. And I rode that bike like nobody's business. I loved that bike. Similar to counted cross stitch, but with yarn. Yes. And on like if you see a needlepoint canvas, it's much, the weave is way bigger. It's not like Ada cloth with with counted cross stitch. It's canvas. And there are so many people doing it. So many. Okay. Stop it. I'm loving that tone on tone. Loving that, loving that. Okay, I'm going to go through this. And then through this. Get to this. Ring. I've just been thinking about pivot. That's so funny, isn't it? Life just throws it at us sometimes. And you can fight it, but that doesn't make the fact that you have to pivot any less. It just usually compounds it, right? So you do need to just accept it and move on, which is easier said than done sometimes, but better if we do. And maybe I'm saying that to make sure that I heed my own words, or I remember those words, I should say, as life throws something at me. Where am I? My first time doing needlepoint was a 12 by 12 canvas. We learned different stitches. You know what? I'm telling you, I think that canvas, if I'm remembering, I mean, it was 7th grade, so it was a long time ago, but I think I told you guys about that. It was very 70s colors. It was all like green, orange, and yellow. And it was kind of a sort of a sunset, if I'm remembering correctly. Man, I'm going to have to find that because now it's in my head. I want to know, and I want to make a pillow out of it or something. And we sewed. I remember making a skirt out of this fabric that my mom had made. My sister and she and I matching dresses out of. It was lime green with white polka dots. And I made a skirt, an A-line skirt, and I put the zipper in, and you had to zip it from the inside because I put the zipper in backwards. And by that point, I was not ripping anything else out. And so that skirt always, you always had to zip it from the inside. Crazy. Crazy. And you know what? When Teresa and I were going through my mom's fabric, no kidding, she still had some of that green with white polka dots fabric. So funny. That's pretty good. I'm going to go under these. Instead of tying off, I'm just going to go under the stitches that are already here. Just scoop myself down further. There we go. Oh, let's take a drink, shall we? Oh, Keels, I forgot. I didn't get to say congratulations to Indiana. That's so exciting. Zippers were no fun to sew. That is for dang sure, Valerie. I'm trying to think what else we did in that class, a home ec class. We made hot chocolate, and we had to do those in teams. And although I am a very social person, I didn't like doing team projects and stuff like that. I mean, it does teach you how to work with others, but you know, there was always a Lazy Bones Jones in your in your group. Always. I hated that. Anyway. I remember making a gym bag as our first project. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Do you remember having to wear a gym suit? I do. And I remember, oh, mine was so horridly hideous. It was blue and white striped, and it was shorts and a shirt, like all one, like a romper sort of thing. And I did our name. I did Corbiere in. Do you remember those tubes of paint that had that roller ball on the end, and you could, like, people thought it was kind of like embroidery? I just remember, now I can't remember. Trichem? Was that the name of it? Anyway, now I'm going to have to Google that. Anyway, I remember doing our name in an artsy way. And then my poor sister, she had to wear that after me. But I do remember in Girl Scouts making a bag that was, I think they called it a ditty bag. Like the bottom of it was a bleach bottle. Does anybody remember this? The bottom of it was a bleach bottle like that. And then you punched holes. And then, and this was, and there was a drawstring up here. And this was fabric. But then it seems like, I don't remember how it was attached, if it was with yarn or what. And we were supposed to bring stuff to Scouts in that. I don't remember that. But we also, we also made a sit-upon. Does everybody remember a sit-upon? Where it was made out of woven newspaper, right? And then we covered it with, like, I don't know if it was oilcloth or like an old, like those plasticky tablecloths. Ay. Funny. We had blue shorts and a white shirt that snapped. Oh, was it cotton or was it like t-shirt material? Ours was like t-shirt material. It was pretty horrid. But I remember Jackie Ratajak had an old-fashioned one that she had to wear, and it was green cotton. And now I think hers was kind of the cooler one, actually. But she had an older sister, so she had to wear the one that her sister had worn. Okay. Oh, I love it so much. So I have these rings to do, and then I have that, like a little bit of a, there we go. Well, maybe, you know what, I'm going to start up here, I think. Because I just have this limited amount of floss. I'm going to do that second stitchy line and back stitch all the way down. I just thought that might make a cool little added dimension. And I love that the letters, the Lily of the Valley letters in this one are like that lavender color. So pretty. Is it yeah, and I think that's what color I'm going to do my frame in. Let's see. In Girl Scouts, we did a sit-upon. We did a clear plastic with newspapers in it. We drew pictures to be on the top and the bottom. That's so funny. The white shirt was a cotton material, but the shorts were like stretchy, like t-shirt material. Isn't it funny? Like, kids are never even, they wouldn't know what that even is. Do you know what I mean? In high school, we wore an orange t-shirt and brown shorts. Were those your school colors? I'm trying to think what I wore in high school. Huh. No, I don't remember. Yeah, because the first one I was telling you was junior high. High school, maybe we just wore like shorts and I think I had blue shorts. Nope. You know what? I think you're right. I think I had purple shorts and like a high school t-shirt, if I'm remembering correctly. So crazy. Memories. Memories. I was just thinking about transistor radios. Remember transistor radios? I loved my transistor radio. I had a little transistor radio, but I also had, I remember, I think it was like my 15th or my 16th birthday, I got an 8-track tape player that was also a radio, but it had, it looked like dynamite, like a dynamite, whatever that thing is. Oh, I loved that thing. And I would take it, I got it for Christmas, I remember, and we went to my aunt's house, and it took like 1 billion AA batteries that, of course, I got for Christmas. And so, I made our family listen to Fleetwood Mac Rumors album all the way to my aunt's house, over and over and over again. Crazy. I like that. That's making me happy. I'm trying to remember high school gym. I remember we had a pool, and so we had to have a school swimsuit, and it was this weird blue, looked kind of like a Speedo, but absolutely wasn't. I still have one. LOL, I take it with me to listen to the baseball game. A transistor radio. Oh, I love that. I know when Maisie was launching herself up onto the couch, or off the couch onto, she's crazy. Anyway, I said, maybe we need to talk to Valerie about getting her into dock diving. Crazy dog. Crazy dog. How is your Sadie doing, Valerie? love that you still have a transistor radio. Do you remember they had those ones that were like a round ball? It seems like maybe my sister had one of those. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh, I love that she's doing great. I love that, love that, love that. Oh my gosh, you guys. The hour has gone by. How did that happen so fast? Good conversations, I guess. And embroidery, you know? So I will see you all tomorrow in Pop-In Paint Party, where we are going to art journal and celebrate National Polka Dot Day. Can't wait for that. And, you know, and then I'll see you next Wednesday, where we will continue to embroider. I adore you all. Thanks so, 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 so much. Make it a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.